right, hello everybody, and welcome to Las Vegas. My name is Tom Peck. I'm the founder and president of FixFinder.com. My colleague Brian is passing out some good Vegas swag for you to take home, a little cell phone holder with FixFinder logo on it, so hope you enjoy that. But what we're going to learn about today is a secret weapon that if you're a mobile device repair shop, you want to have this in your sales arsenal. FixFinder is the first mobile device repair marketplace where we connect consumers that have broken phones or want to sell their used phones with local mobile device repair shops like you. So we basically bring you new business. So how do you go about getting new business? This is a very challenging and ominous thing. It can be intimidating. As we know, revenue is the lifeblood of our business, right? Without new customers, without driving new customers into our door every day, we don't get paid, we don't feed our families. I mean, ultimately, the new customers coming in is what drives that revenue. So how do you guys go about doing it? There's multiple different ways. You've probably gotten some good advice and some bad advice on how to generate new sales. And we actually have a motivational speaker here today that would like to give you some advice on generating sales. Oh, it's not working.
Got leads. Rich and Murray paid good money. Get their names to sell them. You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out. The leads are weak.
The leads are weak.
Leads are weak.
You're...
A, B, C. A, always B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
Always be closing, right? But it's not easy to do. So how does FixFinder... Sorry.
You laughing now?
So how is FixFinder your secret weapon, and how do we help you close more business? Well, in essence, we bring the customer to you. Our service is a lead generation service where we generate leads based on several different ways. The first is something called a request for quote. So someone coming to FixFinder.com can generate a quote that gets sent out to the local mobile shops in their zip code area, and then the shops respond in kind with the repair price, and then the consumer can hire the mobile repair shop for their repair. We also generate phone calls. We have a very unique phone tracking system. So when a customer is calling you from finding you on FixFinder, there will actually be a pre-announcement made when you pick up the phone, and I'll show that to you later. So that way you know the call is coming in from someone finding you on FixFinder. We also generate clicks to your website through emails and the website address you have in your company profile, which I'll show you, as well as people clicking to map your address. Customer reviews, so we know these are very important for customers to see to make decisions on who to buy from. So FixFinder encourages the consumers that use our site to write reviews, and they can post reviews on your mobile device repair shop. You as a vendor can also upload coupons that the consumer can use to download to maybe save 10% off their first repair when they come into your shop as an added incentive. The bottom line is we help you sell so you can focus more on repairs. So we help bring customers to you, and we help you always be closing. Now I'd like to show you how FixFinder works. So this is from a consumer's perspective. So now we're on the home page of FixFinder. And it's a very easy interface. Consumer types in their zip code, and then the device they need repaired. As they start typing it, it will pre-populate the type of device. They'll select it, hit submit. They can either hit repair or sell. In this case, they want repair. And up pops a list of fixers. Very easy, 2 steps, and you get your list of repair companies. So you can dive down and you can find that repair shop directly, and you can, the consumer can call them by clicking on their phone number, and then that phone call is generated to you with that pre-announcement that I mentioned. They can click to your website, they can click to your email address, they can read your reviews on your company, and ultimately just find you directly to do business with you. Or they can generate this request for quote. And this is where they're going to put in the type of repair that they need, and then they're going to fill in all their contact information. Once this is all done, they're going to send this out to the list of the local companies that we saw on that list before, and as a repair shop, you get notified by email or text message that you have a quote waiting for you. And they can put in additional information like how long is this repair going to take. They hit submit, and then that goes off to the repair shops to respond. When they do respond with a price, the consumer gets back an email from us saying you've received a quote from a fixer, and then they come, and this is what the consumer sees on FixFinder when multiple fixers provide a price. They can see kind of a side-by-side of who priced what for the repair, and then they can see details about the company, including their reviews, and ultimately at the bottom we have a hire button that they can click to hire that vendor, which then sends a notice to the winning vendor that they've won the business. But then it's the consumer and the fixer that ultimately have to get together to make that deal happen. FixFinder is not involved with the transaction, so we don't take a piece of the revenue, we don't take a cut. We basically will sell you the lead, and I'll explain how our service works a little bit later about regarding lead generation. So this is how FixFinder works from the vendor side. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you as the vendor receive a request for quote. As I mentioned, you'll get an email or a text message. This happens to be an email. And then inside of that, the email is going to show you details of the quote request. So now you can make a decision if you want to bid on this quote or not. So it's going to show you how many vendors actually received the quote and how many replied. In this case, there's 3 vendors that we sent the quote out to. 0 have replied because this is a new quote. There's 24 hours to respond. So we want to instill a sense of urgency for the fixers to basically be quick in responding because the consumers want a quick response. And what we find is that the fixers that actually respond the fastest are more than likely to get the business right away. This is a number of credits that's needed to reply to the quote. In this case, it's 2 credits, and the number of credits you have in your bank account, which is 40. And then here's all the details of the quote, including where the customer's located, the type of device they have, the type of device they need repaired. So from that, you can say, okay, this looks like something I want to bid on. So you would hit the submit quote button. You're brought back to the FixFinder page where you would enter in your price, and then any message you want to send to the consumer. So a lot of people use this space for maybe marketing text about your company, why a customer should use you over somebody else. And you can cut and paste it into here, and then there's a little reuse message button there at the bottom. So when you come back and do the quote the second time, you just hit reuse message and it pre-populates it back in there so you don't have to retype it again. You can attach a file to this. Maybe that's a flyer on your company. And you can also check the button below to attach a coupon for that 10% off your first repair example I gave. So you hit the submit quote button, and then that will go off to the customer for them to see your quote. And then we send an email to you. When that consumer hit that hire button before, you as the winning vendor would receive this with all the customer's contact information below. And then the losing vendor or vendors receive an email saying, you did not win, sorry, next time. Now the unique thing is you're still, as a losing vendor, going to get the customer's contact information. So just because they hired someone else doesn't mean the deal is done. So if you're aggressive, you can still go after them, and maybe you want to offer a better price, or maybe just calling them is enough to make them do the repair with you over someone else. But the unique thing is you still get that customer's contact info even if you're the losing vendor. Now I'm going to bring you behind the scenes to show you how FixFinder works when you log in as a repair company. So there's lots of powerful tools that you can have behind the scenes. FixFinder is set up with basically 2 different levels as a repair company. There's the master account, which is the vendor level, which I'll show you now, and then there's the location level, which allows you to add multiple locations. So if you're a store that owns 4 or 5 shops, you can add those 4 or 5 locations under your FixFinder account. But under the managed vendor, this is where you're going to add things like your company logo, your company profile that will show up on the screen when people click on your name. They're going to see this this kind of detailed information. You add a credit card at the master account level, so this is where you would use to buy your credits. And you can also set up an auto reload function so you never run out of credits. So you can just, if you happen to fall below 4 credits, it will automatically reload you for that specific amount. And we use PayPal. Actually, we don't store any of your credit card information. It's stored at PayPal, so it's your data is very secure. And down below, we've got your lead and credit history. So this is where you can see all of your leads and your credit history for every one of your locations. So if you're the owner of the company, you would come into your master account and you can select all of your locations, put in a date range, and see all of the lead history for all of those locations over the course of that selected period. And you can download it to Excel as well. And underneath that are all of your different locations that you can see, and you can dive deep into those locations to get specific on the leads for that one location. Now I'm going to go down into that vendor location level to show you how that works. So here you can see the number of credits you have available. You can go and buy credits if you'd like. Now this is where you can set, well, we kind of showed you this already, but you can buy credits at the location level as well. And that connects with PayPal. This is where you're going to set your settings to receive your quote requests. Remember I said you can receive them by text message or email? Well, you can have it set up to do both. So you just put in your cell phone number and your cell phone provider, and whenever there's a request for quote, we're going to ping you on your cell phone that there's a quote waiting for you. And you can just hit the URL link in that text message and come right back to FixFinder to put your quote in. This is where you put your hours of operation so people know when you're open and closed. This is where you can, I'm going to pause this for a second, but this is where people can, if you have reviews on FixFinder, you can post those reviews on your own website. So we have a little widget here that you can download with the URL or HTML that you attach behind that widget, and that allows you to show off your reviews that you have on FixFinder on your own website. And underneath of that is a way for you to invite your customers to write reviews on you on FixFinder. Whether they use FixFinder or not, they can just click that link and they're going to anonymously be able to post reviews about your company on FixFinder. Now the next section I'm going to show you, actually, sorry, before that, this is where you can add users. So let's say you had an office manager or maybe a technician that you wanted to add onto the account for that location. You can add them here, and you can add multiple users. The next section I'm going to show you is probably the most critical in setting up the account. This is where you will edit the devices that you repair or buy. The last thing we want to do is send you leads for devices that you don't repair or that you don't buy. So here you can filter those out by just checking down and drilling down into those actual devices. So let's say you didn't repair any Apple 3GS. Well, you can actually go into Apple and deselect the 4 or the 3GS and keep all the other iPhones. Or you can just deselect all of a particular manufacturer. This way you'll never show up in search results when someone's searching for that device, and we're never going to send you a request for quote for that device and waste your time with that. So it's very important to set that up. This is going to be your lead and credit history on that location level. This is what I showed previously at the master account level. So again, you can select your date range and then get a download of all of the leads for that particular time period. And you can export it to Excel. When you hit on the details tab, you actually go in and you can see at the bottom there's the actual customer's contact information. As I mentioned, if you were the losing vendor, you can still get that customer's contact information there. And then we allow you to upload photos of your store. So a lot of customers will feel more comfortable if they know a little bit more about what your store looks like, where you're located. So we encourage fixers to upload pictures of the outside of the store, the inside of the store, maybe some of their technicians. So this is where you can do that to give a more complete profile for your business. And then this is what a complete profile should look like. So when someone drills down into your company and wants to do business with you, you want it to look like this. It's going to have a complete logo, company logo there, your full address so they can map to it and find you instantly. You're going to want to have obviously your website address and your email and your phone number, and then that coupon there that you see. This is where the customer will be able to download that coupon from our site to be able to use it in your store. Here's where they're generating an email to you, and we track that as a lead, as a click for you in that lead and credit history. Here's where they'll download the coupon, and then underneath that is going to be your photo gallery if you have any images of your business. So how does FixFinder generate traffic? In other words, how do we bring eyeballs to our website to bring ultimately leads to you? Well, we do that in several different ways. We employ things like search engine optimization. So if, for example, we're very keen on local search. So if we have a customer looking for an iPhone 6 repair in Grapevine, Texas, we want to make sure that our search results for those fixers in Grapevine, Texas, when someone's searching for that, percolates to the top of Google, so those pages will come up in the first search results. We also do paid advertising with Google and Bing and social media like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and we do our own email marketing. And also we're involved with public relations with different news agencies or industry publications and blogs and websites to get the word out there to consumers about who FixFinder is. So how do we charge? As I mentioned, we are a pay per lead service. So we generate leads for you through the request for quotes, as you saw those examples I gave you before. And then there's phone call referrals. And if this sound will work, this is what you'll hear on the phone when a customer is calling you from FixFinder.
You are receiving a call from a FixFinder customer. Press 1 to accept and connect the call. You are receiving a call from a FixFinder customer. Press 1 to accept and connect the call.
So that way you know when you answer your phone that it's a call coming in from FixFinder, and if you accept the call, then there's a charge for that lead that we're sending over to you. And then there's the website clicks like we saw in the profile. If someone clicks on your web address or maps your business or sends you an email, that's a lead as well. And you pay for the leads by buying a block of credits. Each credit costs about $1.50, and most leads are going to cost 1 to 2 credits or $1.50 to $3. Now, when you compare that to the cost of maybe a Google AdWords, which sometimes can, if you've ever done Google AdWords, you know how complicated and expensive it can be. Sometimes $3, $10 per click just to get someone to your website doesn't even mean a conversion, and you're not getting the customer's contact information. With FixFinder, we are going to send that to you. Can you try FixFinder for free? Yes, of course you can. We're going to offer you a block of free credits if you want to come and try the site out. And it's we actually have a promotion here at the show. If you guys sign up at the show and you show us your sign-up confirmation page, we have a free FixFinder t-shirt that we'll give to you at the end of the show. And you can also choose not to purchase credits and pay for the leads, and that's okay. And you can still be listed in our directory, but you're going to be displayed at the bottom of the search results, and you're not going to receive those requests for quotes or the phone call leads that I was talking about earlier. So additional advertising ideas. We would love if FixFinder was your be-all, end-all for generating sales and new business for your company, but we know that's not the case. You as a repair shop need to employ other sales techniques to get your business out there and be known, such as the things that we use on our end to employ our advertising, like Google AdWords and local listings and different social media outlets, and optimizing your website for the best SEO strategy. Now the question is, who can you trust to do that, right? I mean, there's a million guys out there that say they're going to get you to #1 ranking in Google. We all get emails every day saying for $99, I'll get you to the top of the Google search results. But who can you really trust? Some of them are full of crap, some of them may be for real, but we found someone that we trust. We have a company we work with, Momentum Digital. They do our digital marketing. It's a guy named Mac Frederick, who's one of the co-founders and partners in the company. And this guy is great. He knows Google AdWords in and out. He used to work at Google, so he's very intelligent. We encourage you to check out needmomentum.com if you're looking for a digital ad agency. Definitely someone worth checking out and someone that we trust. So that is, oh, and by the way, we are going to be speaking at the Mobile Device Repair Expo up in on the Lido deck, 3106 or something next. So if anyone would like to, well, you've already heard our presentation, but Mac will be there hopefully as well to give his presentation in conjunction with us. So thank you very much. Are there any questions I can answer for anyone on FixFinder?
Maybe I missed it, but how long have you guys been around? Because I haven't seen you in any of our local listings yet. So kind of curious how much traffic you're getting. Yeah, I mean, obviously we can try it for free, but where's your traction in the marketplace?
Okay, those are good questions. So we've been around for about 18 months. So in the first 18 months, our service has been free of charge. It was just September 1st that we started to charge for the lead. So the first 18 months, we were really getting our SEO in place and starting to get ourselves into local listings. We're not everywhere yet, but we're working on that. But we do generate about 10,000 leads a month. Well, 10,000 RFQs per month go out to the fixers in our database nationwide. We have about 1,000 repair companies in our on the FixFinder service right now, but 10,000 RFQs a month go out to those 1,000 fixers. We also probably generate about 30,000 phone calls a month to them as well. So the site does generate a good amount of traffic, but by now, with us charging for the leads, our goal is to basically plow that revenue we get from charging for leads back into paid advertising like Facebook and Google AdWords to really just turn the flywheel to generate a lot more leads for the mobile repair shops.
Gotcha. So you said you're not in all markets right now. I mean, if we sign up, does that put you in that market automatically, or how does that work?
Yeah. So if you sign up, I mean, we're basically nationwide. So we have multiple hundreds of zip codes covered right now. So I mean, if you went to FixFinder and you put in your zip code, you probably find 4 or 5 mobile repair shops in that zip code now using FixFinder. So yeah, so we're advertising to nationwide, and so if you signed up, you would appear in those local search results.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
All right, well, thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Let's give Tom a round of applause. So FixFinder.com, thank you very much.